In Mudda Racist News,
Mudda.
submitted by Give Me Lifting Tips, Please.
Here.
Don't be a bitch.
Put it down.
That is what Bart says.
Someone put wildly racist, anti-Chinese flyers around a university campus.
Oh, I saw, you know what? Some of these students actually sent it to my Twitter to do a video on it like a while back. It was like a week or two ago.
About a week ago.
About a week ago. Yeah. But
what was so racist about it? Don't cook
like
your
Chinese
dog in
people,
my dorm.
maybe you should stop doing blah 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 shit.
Oh.
Like advice?
I will show it to you.
Like racist advice.
Let me see, because it might be real and not racist.
Yeah, I started laughing a little bit though, so we'll continue.
Chinese people.
This takes place at the University of Texas at Austin.
Oh, we've been there before.
These racist flyers started popping up all over the campus.
Was it like really racist? Like the flag of China?
She's about to tell you.
Chinese guy with really small eyes and a rice hat and then like a buck teeth and the chopsticks and stuff.
There's no images, it's just
Oh, I wish it had. Oh man.
Yeah.
That was a stereotype for Japanese.
Oh, I got my Asians all mixed up.
So all these flyers started popping up after the university announced that they were going to be trying to implement more diversity in their school. So after they announced that, a few days later, that's when all these racist flyers popped up. So this is what it looked like.
Oh, that's too wordy.
That's very professiontional.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna ever read that shit.
I know, but read it though.
I mean, who reads the bulletin board?
Nobody, bunch of losers.
I always saw like car for sale and then you take a ticket or like something like wanna buy an iPad.
Ethical lessons to Chinese. Ethical courses on campus presenting special class to teach Chinese more about ethics. Did you know copying someone else's intellectual property is actually stealing their work and against the law? We know it isn't bad in your culture. Did you know faking yourself and your skills when you are applying for a job or graduate school is against the law?
Oh my god.
Did you know burping and farting are unethical? We know they aren't bad in your culture. Oopsie.
What the fuck?
And then it says, we will teach you what you need to know. Sign up. Ethical courses. That wasn't taken? Ethicalcourses@gmail.com wasn't taken already?
Is this a joke? This has to be a joke.
So here's the thing, like when students sent me this, like I kind of responded back to a couple of them. I was like, listen, I would do a video on this, but this actually makes me laugh more than makes me angry.
Yeah.
Because I know the type of Chinese people they're talking about.
I know exactly what they're talking about.
I still want that fucking peas and bottles and throw it in Disneyland.
Oh. Wait, but the first two bullet points, I feel like
Everybody does that shit.
The last one, I'm like,
The burping and farting thing
you
is-
got that one. That was nasty.
Is it okay in Chinese culture to no, right? It's just low class behavior.
Spitting is okay, right? Is that
I don't know.
They just generalize because there's so many cultures there. So you don't even know which form of like me and Julia look the same, but we're different Chinese. You know
it's kind of like saying like white people from West Virginia and these hillbillies don't represent white people from New York or white people from Hollywood or whatever.
So it's like it's just whatever Chinese they're. I know exactly which Chinese they're talking about.
I know, we all know.
So I'm laughing.
But people cheat off of Chinese people's tests in school, not the other way around.
Not the new one though, not the new one. So you have the Chinese that maybe we all know that do well in school. And then you have the people that are like the owners of Alibaba that are balling, are professionally trying to copy every single thing. So that's another different type of Chinese. And these two are different, and these guys are embarrassed of these guys.
Cause it's so funny. It's such a conundrum because there's this type of Chinese that they're balling out their mind, right? So they got all this shit, but they're still farting and pissing everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is
They're really hillbillies.
yeah, they're the,
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, they were like living in a rural village and they struck gold.
yeah.
So those are the I think those are the Chinese they're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think another Chinese person wrote this then?
That'd be pretty funny.
What if a Chinese person did write this?
I know.
What if a Chinese American that's like 3 generations, like they wrote this and they made a legit class? Because I always said that we should have Asian Introductory to America class.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
for
then,
sure.
So then they understand like how to, operate here.
Or it should be kind of like that video that they played before we go to Hanauma Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how to snorkel and like not stand on the coral and then just basic things that tourists don't know, before you go snorkeling.
I think I could literally make a business alone right now just doing typo fixes for Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Or fashion lines too.
Human beef, right? It's not human beef. I saw the other day it was beef bone soup. It was beef blow soup. I was like beef blow soup. I'm like, listen, this is wrong.
You're a
You should
hero.
charge them.
Thank you. Go to any Asian restaurant in the SGV right now. You'll at least find 2 or 3 typos.
Yeah.
It's so funny because people probably send us this article to go, isn't this racist? We gotta band together and fight this shit. And we're like, actually, fuck, I kind of feel like they should have this class. Like,
because it's actually so specific that it's accurate.
Sounds like an Asian person wrote it.
Yeah, because like they know
Have the
this
inside.
specific type of Chinese they're talking about.
Yeah, it sounds like an Asian
I
person.
can't even get mad. Yeah. We should have an introductory to America class where like they go, you know what? Before before your kid takes a piss or shit on the street, you might have in America we just don't do
That
that.
does not happen.
Yeah,
It happens.
Really?
Even in McDonald's from China.
There's pictures.
Literally.
Imagine living in a village without running water and all these things. It's kind of like they're in kind of Stone Age times, you know?
Like a third world country.
They're just going in the forest and peeing and pooping and their kids are doing the same thing. Boom, all of a sudden, their land is worth a lot of money. The government gives them all, so they're millionaires, billionaires overnight. And they have access to travel the world. They just look like us, but they're really like stuck in the caveman days. And then they travel the world and they think it's okay for their kids to just pee and poo on the street.
It's a university level student though.
Yeah, because they have money now, so
money
now they
now.
send their kids to the US to study.
You can't even get mad because it exists and it happens. Like my friend was in Vegas and he was like, yeah, dude, these specific kind of Chinese people.
They're called mainlanders.
We'll call them mainlanders, but not all mainlanders are like that either.
Just a very small little sect of
yeah.
rich people.
Yeah.
It's the Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah. But they're in Vegas, and then he was just telling me the story where this kid had to go, so his mom just pulled out a freaking bottle and let the boy pee inside while people were just walking all over the place, and she capped the bottle, threw it in the bushes.
Not even the trash.
In the bushes, they just litter it there.
Fuck.
So I think it's good to maybe have it, because maybe if they were taught this stuff, they wouldn't do it. Hey, if you do this, you're offending people.
Do you think they will care though? Because then they're at this level where it's like, I have so much money, why do I need to have any class?
I think so, because I did watch this documentary where they're starting to have etiquette school and class school and all that stuff, and they're trying to learn like modern day kind of like etiquette.
And they should care too, because if they get caught for something like that, they get in trouble with the law, they get their ass right back to China. So
You don't think there's just one person who had one bad experience?
Well, we've all had that experience.
But it's accurate though, it's highly accurate, that's the thing.
So if they put the word Mainlander in front, all fine. That's the one edit you would add.
They don't know the word.
Yeah, they just didn't know the word.
But it's so bad that the Chinese government is cracking down, and because like I guess the Chinese tourists are going to like Europe and
they're misrepresenting the country.
They're misrepresenting China, so then the government is getting involved and basically educating and trying to teach, their citizens, before you go out and travel to these countries, you gotta respect their culture, and you gotta respect the people and all this stuff. That's why we can't even get mad. It sounds absurd, but it's like a recent thing.
Yeah, this sounded ridiculous to me.
It's pretty crazy.
I've never seen it before. I've never had that experience in my life.
If you go to the Disneyland in China,
God.
it's literally what they're describing. Like you see like kids like peeing in like water bottles, or they'll be taking dumps out like on the side patches of the bushes.
It's like they're animal.
Like it's
they're like billionaire animals.
But why is it pee in a bottle and poo on the ground?
They can't fit the poop in the bottle.
Because I think pre 2016 they had an outhouse, right? And if you only have one outhouse and you have like 4 brothers and sisters, if that one's occupied, you just probably shit on the floor in the corner. And then now you have a mansion, and then they're still acting the same way.
They probably dug a hole in their farm and then just took a dump right there back in the day. Or not back in the day, like a week ago before they were billionaires.
And now the toilet probably makes their butt cold, so they're like, why would I even want to sit on a toilet?
Is that the same group of people that put their shoes on the toilet seat?
No, that is back in Asia where they have the hole in the ground, and they're just used to taking a shit like that in their natural shitting position, so now they just do that on a toilet seat.
this is not to for anybody who's watching this right now to misrepresent Asian culture as a whole, like China culture as a whole. We're talking about something very, very small.
Yeah.
This is like first-hand experience for people who live here, because we do have a lot of
small
people,
and big at the same time.
Yeah, we do have a lot of people who are very affluent in China that are from a rural area that come here specifically, and they buy a lot of the property here. So we know firsthand. Like you see these kids rolling up in Lambos. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like a 15-year-old in a Lambo.
Yeah,
It's like
in a Lambo.
16-year-old with a Lamborghini, they get out and they take a dump on the street.
Yeah, and they, like I'm talking about, I was telling Bart, I was at this like Korean restaurant, and there was this one motherfucker, dude. He had his fucking foot up on the chair like this, and this is a very like very well-known Korean restaurant, chewing, eating food. And food fucking flying out his fucking mouth. And mind you, I'm at the furthest table from, I could hear him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But he has like a fucking like Da Vinci shirt on and shit. You know, I'm like, what the fuck is this dude riding? Dope ass car. He's just talking, and as he's talking, food is flying out his fucking mouth. And you already know where he's from.
Yep.
Yeah, so the university has announced that they did identify the student responsible for these flyers, but they didn't mention whether or not like that student was going to be formally disciplined or anything.
Is he Asian?
That's all we care about. Yeah, who cares about that?
That's stupid. There's a huge ass campus with a bunch of students. You put up this fucking note that you typed up. How the fuck? You suck. I can't believe they found you.
Maybe like CCTV or something, I don't know.
Were they really trying to have a class, or was this a joke?
No, it was something that was, they were calling this hateful and biased.
Oh, well, if you had no intentions to actually teach and well, fuck you.
I was thinking it was like him trying to be educational. If you're trying to be hateful, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, that's why, like earlier when you're like, oh, that Gmail's available, I think they just put that Gmail, like a fake
because
Gmail.
ethical courses sounds like it'd be popping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shannon Boodram wasn't available.
No.
Really?
No.
What the fuck? Who has the last name Boodram?
Because if they had a class that really was an introduction to America class, that would be really dope. It would release the tension, and they would, you know.
I think we're too positive. We're thinking.
But it was still mean. If that's the, you don't.
It was mean, yeah.
Oh, it's very
the way
mean.
to do it is mean.
Shame.
Shame.
Thanks for watching Just Kidding News, guys. Don't forget to comment down below. We want to hear what you say, only if it's positive. Remember that. To watch more videos, go up here, baby.